What is up, you guys? And welcome back to Sport Champs, Street Champs exclusive sports podcast. To my right is my man Dave. To my left is no one. But right in front of me is my man Deryk, all suited and booted.
Yeah.
Both of these guys just got back from Street Champs on the street, basically. doing the thing. No Winston this week. We got Winston coming for Street Champs, right? He's gonna be on Street Champs, though?
Maybe. I infer.
He said he was gonna last week.
I'll hit him up.
Hit him up. Hopefully we get him for Street Champs. That'd be nice. So, dang, I was just assuming that he was gonna be on it because we talked about it last week. Has he said anything about Sport Champs? Did he say he wasn't gonna be on this one?
I think he made it vocal that he was gonna be on Sport Champs up until the Nuggets either lost or the NBA Finals were over. That happened, and then we had the NBA draft immediately after, so he knew he had to be here for that. But I think that, like, the major contribution, not to speak for him, but his sports contribution is a little less MMA derived, and that's really all we got to talk about for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we have at least 2 months before football.
I want him on Street Champs, though, so we can talk about crazy shit. Like,
He's coming.
He is coming? Yeah, see, that's what I thought. We talked about it last week. I just didn't know if it was for sure.
Now you know.
Now we know. Shout out to Winston. He's going to be behind the cam. Look at the board. We got a whole... You redid the board a little bit. I like it, dude. You rewrote the sub goal. We're almost at 2,000. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go. First 1,000 took just shy of a year.
Now we see a goal date of July 1st. We should put that to July 4th, too. Shit. That'd be cool. What are we at now? 75? 1975? Are we past the First World War yet? 92, let's see. 92? Oh, man. We're two... Guys, if you're watching this right now, hit subscribe. Why haven't we all posted yet to help us past 2,000? We should all make a little post or something.
I agree.
Are you gonna go live?
We only need 8
today if that happens.
Like, I mean, we're gonna be live.
Let's say if we're like, it's between the lull between this show and the next show, and I don't know where we just get it. Do we just go live?
You're shaving your head, right?
No.
Yeah, we are. We're shaving your head.
No.
I mean, didn't we agree to that?
No.
We're shaving something on your body.
No.
You shave my butt.
Yo, are you down to grab one of those bottles behind you, dude? We haven't gotten to show one of those off yet.
Yeah, we did.
On the last Sport Champs?
We for sure had them here, either last Sport Champs. If not, we had them for last Street Champs.
We did we? Okay.
I was on last Sport Champs.
Oh, and that's when we showed them? Okay.
Yeah.
See?
This guy's high.
Whoa, dude. In the first 10 minutes, you're going to say the word hi? That's not cool, man. No, I don't know. Let's get on to weeks, dude. So, I said you guys were on the street. What were you guys doing?
We just, went down to the Riverwalk by Angelo's and then set up the little, table. And we had the speakers and we were playing music. And we were asking trivia questions. And then we all kind of got the notification that it was supposed to rain. And it started to, sprinkle very, 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 very lightly. And so we didn't want to be the ones getting all the electronics caught in the rain. So we were like, all right, let's just pack it up a little proactively and not get caught with our pants down. And in return, it just didn't rain. So we
0 subs.
Get
Zero
this.
sub day.
One of the first dude that we interacted with, we asked him a question. I don't remember what the question was, but he got it right. But Deryk was like, could you please, I'd love if you could just do me a favor and subscribe to Street Champs. Motherfucker pulls out his phone. He's like, I already am. And he was.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, that's fire.
It was very cool.
That's fire.
We had a bunch of kids do that yesterday because I did it. I've done it for the last 3 days. 3 different kids were like, oh, no, I already subscribed to you guys. 9 to 12.
What? Children?
Yeah. We need to start doing toy reviews.
Yo, children are watching this? That's crazy. Well, maybe not this one, but that's crazy. That's wild, man.
But for real, though, it was really cool.
Damn, all our views are 12-year-olds?
Well, this guy was like full-grown man, easily in his 40s.
That's still cool, bro. Wow.
And when he approached, he was like,
we're the only one doing this.
Very interesting. Everyone was pretty positive that we interacted with. There just wasn't a lot of people there. D-Main was there with us, and D-Main brought his dogs, so every dog that walked past, his dogs were like, oh, hell nah. They were really, really adorable, but it was funny. Deryk made light of it because he was just on the mic. He's like, oh, Huskies, man.
Huskies.
It was a good time, though. It was really fun.
That's awesome.
We went from there, went to Brews, got a little bite to eat, and then from Brews, stopped.
Hold on. What'd you guys have? Come on.
He had water.
You had water?
No, yeah, I'm low-key, broke as shit. So I was like,
dressed like that?
Dressed like this, exactly. I'm going to remember this. I'll be like, damn, I was running for mayor with fucking $300 to my name.
Getting by.
Yo, $300 and inside of a house is better than
That's true, huh?
$300 without a house. I'll tell you that.
Facts.
Yeah, look at this shit. You got your own street champs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got your own street champs. That's one thing that you do have. Some people don't have that shit. But hey, you fake it till you make it, dude. I'd be wearing a suit too. You know, that's what we do.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So how was your week other than out on the street?
I mean,
I'm not even gonna say it.
it was pretty chill, but like I've been dealing with my car's AC not working, and then I went to a different mechanic so that I could get a second opinion because my first opinion was like way too expensive for the value of the car. So second opinion was still better, but it's fucking expensive.
Can I share some car trouble with you? Because 2 sensors went out on my fucking SUV.
So I'm
and we checked how much it's gonna be. $3,200 for sensors. I don't want to yell.
bro.
For sensors.
So
What the hell?
It's
bro?
gonna be like for my air conditioning to be fixed like $1,300, which isn't as bad as what you're going through, but still, it's like, bruh, and it's like quality of life.
I think the price they gave me though is that dealership price. Like if I go to someone else, it'll probably be cheaper.
Yeah, as long as it's not like a dealer proprietary thing.
If it is, I'm gonna be really sad.
Because bro, when I had like I don't want to get into more car shit, but yeah, I have to get my AC fixed. I've been dreading getting it done because I'm just like, God, I don't want to give this mechanic $1,000. My car's not worth that much money, but whatever. Excuse me, I'm gonna get it done because I can't bear the heat, bro. This is terrible. So I'm gonna get that shit fixed.
It's bad this year.
I'm
Pretty bad this year because of the humidity, dude. It's been so wet.
It hasn't been bad here compared to back home, but it has definitely been a warm one.
It's been heated up because of all the rain.
So besides that, nothing major. Just like we already drafted our fantasy football team a couple weeks ago. We did it pretty early because
What the fuck?
we're doing a keepers league though, meaning
Oh no!
so you
Okay,
keep
yeah,
like
yeah, you
almost
keep
your
all
entire
players.
team. So like
You
obviously
guys are crazy.
obviously an injury could happen, but if it's like
Why would if you're at keepers league? Why wouldn't you want to wait?
I mean I'm not commissioner of it, but my draft strategy doesn't change, you know.
I see you.
So I mean just anticipating that, seeing everyone kind of make moves.
I see you.
Nothing major though.
Nothing crazy. How
Nah.
about you, Deryk? What you been doing this week?
Nothing at all really. I've been trying to get back on track with the daily schedule. Like I changed this whiteboard. I just want to make the most out of this summer. Try to get as many videos a day and as many subs a day as possible.
I love it. Goals, we're reaching them, dude. Remember when we were hitting 1,000? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was stoked on that. And 3,000's the next one, man.
Yeah, I mean, we need once we get a spark too. Something sparks, like because if you look at Black Pegasus, like he hit a spark. He hit like that spark shit, you know, and then it just whoop. Like once we hit a spark like that, it's gonna just like trail up, jump up, and then it's like whoa. Now we're at like say we hit a spark at 2,500. It could spike up to like 4,500, or even spike up to 7,000.
Ren reaction tonight.
Okay. Okay. We, make sure the audio's okay. That's another thing.
Yeah, I don't. PT was even behind the camera. And PT's a fucking.
I don't know
better
what was
than me.
happening. But
Yeah, I don't know.
how was it messed up even on the clip?
I have no idea. Like it sounds good to us, right? Like this is typically what I think it sounds like on YouTube. This is what like it should be because it's coming right from the board. And
I mean, when I pull up a stream and I go over in this other room, it sounds fine.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know.
I think it was DJ Creo because DJ Creo wasn't being loud. He was like whispering.
Oh, really?
He's quiet.
Because they said Paige was fine. I don't know what happened. We do need new mics, like actual talking mics, because these are recording mics.
Yeah, I mean,
for music,
like $1,000 total.
It's fucking. We could hit a lick. Who we hitting a lick on, Deryk? You got to pick.
Let's hit a lick on
Radio Shack.
Exactly. Let's go back in time.
yeah.
2007.
Oh man. So.
But other than that, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. I like it. Hit the studio on Wednesday. Didn't hit it today. Made more music. But also made the set for the concert, guys. Pull this fucker off right here. Damn. That's the strongest tape I've ever had to deal with in my life. We got Chris Webby and friends, y'all. We got Chris Webby, Doobie, Dizzy Wright, Caskey, Echo, Stevie Stone, Annoyed, Rick G, Vet Life. We are gonna kill it. So, hit me up for tickets, guys, because I'm honestly starting to run out, and I need to hit up Black Pete. So I'm gonna make my quota. I'm gonna make it. I can say that for sure now because I'm so close, and we're like kind of so many days out. I made it. I'm already at like 80 something, 82 now, because you guys just see me I sold a ticket literally minutes before we went live.
Oh yeah.
That was fire. I mean, nothing other than that, other than just music grind, dude. It's been hard. A lot of work's been put in. A lot of sleep has not been slept. I've been working out a lot. Like, I've already worked out 4 days this week. Feeling good, looking better. Like, I'm slimming up, dude. It feels really good. And I'm going to keep doing that because I think cardio is a big thing, especially for performing. So I'm glad I'm doing a lot of cardio right now.
Is it because I called you fat last episode?
No, I've been working out for like months, since March.
You're not fat.
I've been working out since March, dude. I have been. And I can pull up here. I'm going to pull up my miles real quick. I haven't been adding my miles. I got to add them all up, but
I bet I could beat you in a race.
And honestly, I haven't been running. I've been doing the bike. I like spin. Yeah.
Oh.
We be spinning. I'll outspin you, dude.
Probably.
I'll outspin you too in that fucking Kansas City get up.
Yeah, it's the last day of Pride Month, so wrap that shit up.
Good.
Damn,
Good burn.
you just got yo, what just happened? That was good. That was good. You're wild. I honestly should add these up before I even say it. I'm well over 400 miles on the bike.
Oh wow.
Since I've been working out. Like yesterday, rode 13. Hit 13 miles in about 50 minutes. That's pretty good. Good pace. It's about 100 RPMs.
Is it resistance, or are you just doing it no resistance?
Yeah, so level 12 is what I've gone up to. So every time I get on the bike, I want to like try and up the level, and every time and then try and match what I've been doing or pass the mileage. So I'm up at level 12, whatever that means on that bike.
Wow.
So that's the resistance level on that. Doing it, dude. Working
Feeling
out a
it.
lot. I fucking feels good, dude. Because it's just like a mind clearing thing. You get to be tired. It tires me out, helps with my insomnia a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm like straight up diagnosed with insomnia, but I stay up really late.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been helping with that. Other than that, music has been going crazy. As far as sports, it hasn't been crazy. We're kind of in a little bit of a null state. It's going to be kind of a small episode, I guess you could say, short episode.
One thing I was
Right.
thinking we could do for the time being, like obviously we're going to report on all sports that are trending, all sports that are breaking news. I have a couple tidbits that I'm going to talk about here, non-MMA, that we'll get through, and then we'll talk the MMA. But we're kind of like, it's like we're obviously sport champs, and that's never changing. But in the time being, when there's the sport at hand is fighting, or it's like we're fight champs, I guess, for the time being.
But hold on. You brought up and we'll put a pin in that, and we'll keep on that. But you brought up sport champs never changing. I did want to bring up the possibility. Should we like change our name or something? Give us like a little revamp on a null state. We're in a little bit of a null state. Think of a new like little name or something for what we do here.
I mean, you
Instead
could
of
call it
sport
like
champs for like.
it could be,
But I want to keep our episode number.
it could
But
just
then
be like
change the name.
it could be like combat champs.
No, not even. I don't even want it to be playoff the champs. Just something completely different. Like something for people to be like, "Yo, what is this?" Because they've never seen the name or something.
I feel it.
And then they're like, "Oh, this is actually dope. Like, what is this?" So
I
don't know.
I think with revamping the show, I think instead of having so many topics, or like things to talk about in one episode, like condense it down to like 5 or 6 things that you guys like fucking really debate hard, and like have like debate on it, like for real, like.
And we don't really even stray off of that many topics, so we kind of keep it on the sports we like.
Whatever's trending, we get caught up when it's like UFC has a bananas card. There's a great playoff football game around. You know what I'm saying? Like when the stars align, we have more to talk about than we realistically could condense in an hour and a half episode, 2-hour episode. So it just depends on the topic at hand. But I agree
on that. We should like debate on some type of like.
I've been
sporting
saying
thing.
there's things we could talk about that would
like
be fun.
I mean, not like a skip and and Shannon, but like,
Skill.
but you know what I mean, like on like that, you know. But
Things that we will disagree on.
it has to. Yeah, I know that's the thing. Me and Dave are really good friends, and we agree on a lot of shit because we like the same things.
When it comes to like,
when it comes to sports,
like fighting, especially
fighting, bro. Like we like the same fighters and shit. But we should bring that up though, because honestly, there is some fights where me and you were like, no, like we're like betting and shit. Like Izzy, like Izzy and Alex Fajeda. Like,
I'll bet against Izzy every time.
Exactly.
I'm an Izzy
like,
hater.
we should play on that more. He's right. That's really good.
True.
It's hard. It's harder to do that with a Winston in the room talking about the basketball team that me and him both enjoy, and that you by proxy enjoy too because you live here.
I'm a bit like.
You're a big Warriors fan,
of
course.
If I had a team in my home state to be loyal to for basketball, that would be one of those where it's like, ew, I don't fuck with other teams. You know what I mean? But because I don't have that, that's a sport I'll forever be just a player fan.
Damn, ooh, ZZ getting vocal.
So it is by proxy that I was a fan of the Nuggets during their great playoff run, but I don't claim them. You know what I mean? I wanted to go to that fucking parade so goddamn bad.
Oh, dude, you should have went, bro.
I should have, but I just
should have went, bro.
It is what it is.
Fucking lit.
But no, I think that
Deryk knew.
For the time being, for those who are tuning in, you're gonna get a lot more combat for the next probably like 4 episodes.
Yeah. But I just wanted to bring that up because I've been thinking about changing the name. Or
I'm down.
Talking about changing the name because Sport Champs is cool, but it's been here a while. I think if we rechange the name, revamp it, and we could use the. I'll have to change the tune.
We could call it Locker Room Talk.
That's pretty good, like something like that. But honestly, I could just change the. We still have that sound file saved. I could literally just change the vocal from Sport Champs to something else. So, or just change it, or just make a completely new one. We've been making a lot of EDM lately. Like I can make a fire ass one again. You know, so we'll figure it out. I wanted to bring that up on here though, just in case you guys see a change. But I wanted something cool, like whether it's
I'm down.
Something sports or like you said, locker room talk or I kind of like locker room talk. It's pretty good. We got to see availability too. If shit's already taken,
that one's probably taken.
Off top, think of one right now. Deryk, go. Just not even putting thought into it. Boom.
Sports related podcast. I'm gonna name it Sports Rescue.
Whoa, okay, what does this entail? Sports rescue?
Sports hero. I don't know.
Sports hero?
Hero, champ, you're close.
Sports heroes. Okay. That's all I got. I have no explanation.
Sports hero. I don't know about that one, man.
All right.
I kind of like it, but it sounds like a movie.
All right, what do you got?
I'm trying to think of like something like epic, like fucking Millennium
Undisputed.
Sports. That was the name of Shannon Sharp's and Skip Bayless's show.
Oh,
it's Undisputed with Skip and Shannon.
I look, you didn't know that. Like I don't know
really? Yeah. That was good though.
Yeah.
I like where your mind's going. We should have ChatGPT think of
Undefeated.
One. You know what? This is fun. This is a fun topic since we don't have crazy shit. I'm pulling up ChatGPT. We're gonna read off some fucking names that it gives us real quick. Because I already have ChatGPT on the browser on my phone because I use that shit. All right, I'm typing in think of 29 or 25 sports podcast names that aren't taken yet. Nice. Okay, let's see what it says. Game Changers Unplugged. Damn, that's pretty good. I don't know about Undisputed was better, like just off brain if it wasn't taken. How about Sports Zone Talkcast? That's too much.
Too many words.
Athlete's Voice.
No.
Yeah, these are kind of trash, huh? All right, Beyond the Scoreboard. That's pretty good, but we're not beyond anything. So, the Sports Huddle. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one, the Sports Huddle. Champions Corner. We are street champs.
I like that.
That kind of like Champions Corner, I'm not going to lie. That's pretty nice. I mean, we're champions now. What do you think about Champions Corner, Dave? Lame? Give us something vocal, dude.
So I'm asking my Snapchat AI.
Nice. I like this.
This is what it said.
I like this.
It's first
AI name change.
The first two were like too close to something that already exists. Like the first one it says was called the Sports Buzz.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, but
Then,
I mean,
hold
it's
on.
better than this one's
Hold on,
first one, Game Changers Unplugged.
The second one it suggested is totally intellectually off limits. It's sports centered.
I hate. Come on,
Hold
dude.
on, I asked it for more, and it said the starting lineup,
Ooh, okay.
and then after that it said the sports report or the game plan.
This
Game plan's a
one's
movie.
pretty sick. From the bleachers. That's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Because you know what I mean.
The athletic
From-
hour
The athletic hour.
or just the scoreboard. And
From the bleachers. I kind of like From the Bleachers. I'm not gonna lie. How about All-Star Analysis?
too much alliteration.
Inside the Arena. Nah, I don't like that. The Sports Dive. Victory Vibes. Damn. Sideline Stories. The Winning Edge. I kind of liked Champions Corner. I'm not gonna lie. That's been the best one so far. Just because it's kind of related to what
I
we do
hate-
here.
I suggested the thing. I was just like, okay, more specific with MMA. Its first suggestion, the MMA hour.
Come on,
Ariel
dude.
Hawani.
Snapchat needs to do better.
The Octagon Insider. I follow that on Twitter, I believe.
Damn, that makes me think that all of these names we're spitting out are actual podcasts already. Like Game On, Sports Unplugged. Come on, dude.
The fight forecast. I don't know.
I'm going to type do it again, but make it for a podcast network called Street Champs. We're going to make it specific to us. Let's see what AI's got in its pocket.
In its AI generated pocket.
Yeah. It spit out Champions Corner again.
Nice. That's a good one.
It is
So,
a
yeah,
good one.
See, like it said,
Urban Sports Zone.
yeah, it suggested Champions Corner and the Winning Circle.
The Winning Circle. Street Talk Sports. That one sucked. Not going to lie. Neighborhood Athletes. That's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That's a pretty good one.
How about Neighborhood Heroes?
Whoa.
Ooh.
But what does that have to do with sports?
I have no idea.
That's just good for a podcast name.
Yeah.
Deryk just starts a new podcast. The Block's Finest. Damn, that's a fire name right there. That doesn't even have to be a sport one. The Block's Finest. Street Kings Radio. City Rivals Rundown. Damn. The Asphalt Arena. I kind of like Champions Corner. We'll
stew.
we'll stew. We'll finalize. We'll talk about it more. We're gonna figure it out. That was fun though. AI generated names for the pod. That's pretty good. They were pretty good.
Not bad.
Champions Corner is a good one. That's a good one.
The Sports Buzz.
Sports Buzz, like if that's not taken, like that's dope. You know, something like that. I want, just something new to give to somebody. Like, because everybody's used to seeing Sport Champs, and it's so close to Street Champs. I don't think it's helping us.
True.
I really don't. It's so close, People are so stupid sometimes. We were just talking about how people were stupid. So people are dumb, They're not going to distinguish which one is which. So I think it'd be better for the name change.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I don't think you're wrong. Fucking. I mean, we see what the other videos do. Like we're capable of
Exactly
doing, some okay views. Like we need to.
I think it's harder though because there's so many sports podcasts out there. Like there's way more out there than what we do with everything else.
Mm.
Like because our other ones are just like a party kind of, like chilling, like with the homies. Like I think for the viewer for the other ones, it's like they're chilling with the homies.
think,
like we're the homies that they're chilling with. Like
I don't know. The reason I kind of like the original idea of locker room talk is because
that's a good one too. We have to make sure that isn't taken though.
Because when you think about it, like it's going to be a level of it's not going to be satirical, Like we can say locker
And
room
what's
talk
nice
to be
is-
funny, but it's more like when you're in the locker rooms and you're in gym class as a kid, you guys just played a game of like 21 basketball or you know what I'm saying, and you guys are going to be talking about that. And at the same time, when you're at the locker room, that's
You talk about other shit.
You're like, yo, did you see that? Like Kyler Murray rushed for like 110 yards, got like 30 points on my fantasy last week? Those are the conversations you
It's
have
so
at the
true.
locker room.
It's so true.
So that's
You're right.
kind of what we're cultivating.
Damn, Dave's cooking over here.
when I hear locker room talk, I think of
It's also when you talk about girls.
Donald Trump.
What, really?
Yeah,
Donald Trump?
Because when he was like,
Yo, ever since this dude's been running for
Hold
mayor,
on,
bro.
no.
I'll give Deryk credit because sometimes when you say like I've made the joke that I don't really like Brendan Schaub's comedy per se, but when he's in a podcast form, he's got like I call it locker room talk because he's the dude in the locker room who'll be like, "Did you see homegirl's ass?" You know, like he says the things that other people don't have the audacity to say. So in some way, it's like a more off limits platform to say.
He actually said, like, he was like, when I'm going to grab him by the pussy, and they confronted him about it, he's like, oh, that was locker room talk.
Damn, did Donald Trump just name our next podcast?
That would be funny. We could just soundbite that and throw it in the song.
We really could. I like the name. It's good. And I like that idea because, honestly, we do start the podcast, talk about our weeks and shit. Like, we don't initially start the pod with sports. Like, it's still our...
You guys should each have to play a sport. You should just go join a league right now.
I'm the only one that works out in this room. No one can say shit.
I'm not on Sport Champs.
I work in.
You're on it right now.
By fucking proxy.
Is that your word of the day? You said that like twice.
I said it earlier. Now he's using it.
Proxy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I really?
No.
I
you
used it earlier,
Oh.
and now you're using it because you want to sound smarter. Okay?
I don't even remember hearing you say it.
It was on pod, okay? Go watch it
Oh.
so we get another view. No, but yeah, that was fun. We'll talk about it. We'll boil ideas off of each other. We need Winston here to help too, give his little input too, because he's on the show. So, we're thinking about it. But honestly, I did want to start with Deryk since he's using that PA more. We got to do since you guys are on the street all the time, we should do a Street Champ Cipher live.
People were telling us.
We'll tell some of our homies that rap. We'll just all meet there, and we'll try and get random people walking by to spit on the shit.
That'd be sick.
And if they don't, we'll just talk about the people that walk by. We'll just make sure that they're walking by in camera, in frame, and I'll just I'll be like, this motherfucker with the red shirt. Like,
you can't
just
cuss.
describe. Oh yeah, I can't cuss, huh?
Yeah. Can't just be saying F words at the Riverwalk.
I could though.
Oh, loud next to Angelo's? That'd be hilarious.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. It would be next to a business. That's not ideal. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out because I did want to do that. It'd be fun. It'd be pretty cool if we did that, like a Street Champ Cipher.
They have speakers like the ones that I just recently bought, but they're wireless. But they have like the same sound, but they're like double the price. It'd be sick to get like one of the wireless ones and just walk around the Riverwalk with it. That'd be cool.
Damn, that would be fire. Because then you could just go to like a little corner, like at the Riverwalk.
Yeah, you go where the people are.
Yeah.
Like, walk to them.
That would be, Deryk just walks up spitting. You just go put the speaker right next to people that are just trying to chill, and then you just spit at them.
Yeah.
They just look at you. They just look at you like, I hate this person.
It's like that big. It's like,
damn, that's pretty fire.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
let's get it.
Yeah, changes.
Are you playing a game with
Changes and different stuff.
No, I'm trying to pull up a video that we're going to react to at some point during the pod.
Oh, shit.
It's my buddy's slap fight.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, we didn't do it last week because there was a time constraint.
I put it on the TV, but the TVs were fucking up.
I don't know if the promotion has quite, because it's a paid subscription to watch it.
Oh.
So I don't know if they necessarily give permission to just throw the fights up there. So
Haters.
We can just react to it, though. I can put the phone down, turn the sound up, and they'll see our faces as we're watching it. I haven't watched it happen. I just know the results.
Boom. Dave knows. I like you, man. Let's, man, I wish Winston was here to read off some odds because we're going to be getting into these fights real quick. They're going to go by quick because there's not much going on this weekend, is there?
There's a UFC card.
That's yeah, I know. Sean
Strickland
and Magomedov. They kind of gave him, Magomedov's not like a crazy competitor for Strickland. Strickland's just so much farther ahead of him, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I wrong there?
We're going to see.
Yeah, we'll look into it more. Let's start with this prelim card. I'm going to run through it while Dave's pulling this up real quick.
Should we preview the new card or should we go through the card that
Oh, yeah,
happened?
we do have to go through the old card. You are totally right. Let's go through Emmett Topuria. We're going to go through that prelim real fast. I'm just going to say the results.
So I was watching the fights as the day because it actually happened earlier. It was an earlier card.
Yeah.
Not a bad card. There's just like the UFC kind of like I don't want to be mean or beat around the bush, kind of a hot take, but the UFC's stacking these pay-per-view cards, and they're giving us spectacular pay-per-view cards, but these, like, in-between fight nights are, like, beyond hit or miss for, like, on-paper star value. We'll get to the reactions, because, like, I think it was the co-main that was my favorite, or whichever fight, the Macy Barber fight, we'll get to that. But
let's start with this.
Doesn't blow your hair back, this card.
Yeah, this card wasn't crazy. I mean, we started off with 5 decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't help.
No one likes that.
We had Cedricus Dumas win his. We had Jack Jenkins win his. We had Shepe Mariscal win his against Trevor Peek. Trevor Peek getting his first loss. I mean, we had Jillian Robertson. I was wrong.
Failed our parlay because I thought the Peek fight could not go the distance.
Yeah, I failed my part too.
All of our don't go the distance predictions basically didn't come true.
It didn't come true. It was crazy. So Jillian Robertson lost against Tabitha Ritchie. Yeah, I think it's Ritchie. Mateusz Rebecki won by knockout, though. Second round. Knocked out Radzabov. Blake Radzabov.
Talking about Kool-Aid here?
I don't even know, bro. I didn't watch it. I honestly was. It was the early card hit me, and I was out. Like, I was driving and shit. So I only caught, like, a little bit of it. I caught the main card. I missed this Rebecki knockout, though. Randy Brown getting a decision win over Wellington Turman. And then we had Neil Magny get a decision over Philip Rowe. So, see, look at that, bro. We only had one finish on the whole prelim. And that was Rebecki getting the knockout.
No, I thought, didn't Macy Barber finish?
That's a main card.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
You're all good.
Yeah, it was...
so that's where the tide changed.
Snoozy.
Yeah, it was snoozy for the prelim. This is where the tide changed, though. We had Brendan Allen win a submission in the first round over Bruno Silva. We had David Onama getting a nasty knockout over Gabriel Santos. Do you see that one? Onama getting his? Oh, my God, dude. That one was nasty. We had a draw, though. That was random. Partially because of the eye poke. He got poked in the eye pretty bad. Did you see that eye poke? Austin Lane poked Justin Taffa in the eye.
Yeah, he was protesting it. It sucked. But it was like he was bleeding in his, like, right here was torn, like, right under the thing. It was gross. I felt bad for him, but, like,
bro,
you can't continue under those circumstances. And not enough fight had happened. So that,
it was a draw. It was in 29 seconds.
It's a no contest.
Yeah, man.
It sucks because now your record is like, if you were 10-0, well, now you're 10-0 and 0-1.
No contest.
Because it goes wins, losses, draws, no contests. Mm-hmm. There's 4 potential numbers in your lineup.
So if you have one no contest but no draws, it's still one number.
Yeah, but they would still, to be correct, you would still say
if someone one NC.
If you're like 30-0 and you have a no contest, you would technically be 30-0 and 0-1. But they would never say that. They would say 30-0 and with a no contest.
With one no contest.
Yep.
Right after that, let's talk about the Macy Barber fight.
Woo! This fight.
I mean, did we call it or did we call it?
Deryk guessed wrong.
You did guess wrong.
He had the other girl winning.
Wow.
And she got knocked out.
Yeah, Amanda Ribas. Wow.
Huh.
Remember?
Yeah.
We had you pick off hotness.
Honestly, it was a great fight. That was my favorite fight of the night.
She probably deserved it.
They were both leaking. No, bro.
She probably deserved
it. Both girls.
She did, dude.
Both girls' noses were leaking.
Dude, it was a good fight.
Macy Barber is like, she's so young, but she's like so, I'm pretty sure she fights with Team Alpha Male. She's so like embraces the violence. She definitely, like, when she was throwing those like haymakers in the ground and pound, throwing elbows, all this shit, head kicks, like what? Like, thank God Macy Barber saved that card, if you ask me.
Miss Macy, dude, I really think she did. I mean, David Onama kind of got it started. Brendan Allen kind of got it started too, but just to see Macy Barber go out there and do that in the second
Biggest
round,
crowd pop of the night.
It was beautiful.
For sure.
It was beautiful. Then right after that, we had Ilya Taporia getting his 14th win over Josh Emmett, falling short again, right next to that title grab. You know, it sucks for Josh Emmett. I don't see him fighting for a title.
He's like
in
38.
The rest of his career.
He's old.
It's old. It's, you know,
never say never.
You know, you can it sucks because he only has 2 losses recently. He went on a tear. He only got 2 losses. Now we're talking about retirement. It sucks. But you're old. You can't get back to that title fight in a very long time. You're gonna have to fight dogs to get back to that title fight. One person that you've already lost to, who's undefeated, Ilya Taporia, and you don't have the time or the body or the I don't know. It's just it's hard now.
At 38 years old, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah.
He doesn't have quite He can't humor 2 years of a win streak to try to get a title shot. His best bet is to like do the Michael Bisping approach. Become a yes man. You're going to be a journeyman. And if you're lucky, you will be the guy.
And honestly,
Dana
only
White,
for a few fights. Just do it for a few fights.
And it's not that
just
crazy.
Get your money for your family, then get out.
I mean, the way I look at it, like if I'm a fighter in his shoes, who was just shot, he got that interim title shot and he lost, but it would have been a title shot had the whole Islam double champ scenario not happened. That he would have been fighting Volk for the championship straight up. Now, no offense, I genuinely think if he lost to Yair, you're losing to Volk too. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But in his own mind, he's like he had a title shot and he lost it. It is like that sucks. But your best bet is just like I said, become a yes man, and then like be in Dana White's ear, because we've seen time and time again when you have these big championship fights, they schedule backups that are like they give you a if you make weight, you get the bonus. You get like a fight pay because you have to fund a whole camp. Now, granted, it might be like when Michael Chandler was preparing for Khabib, when it was Khabib versus Gaethje in Abu Dhabi. Chandler was the confirmed backup. He didn't fight that night, but he got paid to be there. He got paid as if he was going to fight that night, minus a bonus potential. So that's his best bet, is to just embrace the journeyman grind. Become a yes man. They're not going to give it. Let's face it. You are so deep. Once you're in the UFC, you're already in deep waters. Once you're in the UFC's top 10,
you're deep.
Boy, once you're in the top 5, holy shit, there's no easy fight in the top 10. There's damn sure not an easy fight in the top 5.
You're the top 5 in the world. That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
There's only 5 people.
There's maybe like a half dozen dudes in combat sports outside of the UFC that could hold their weight in the UFC. So for the most part, it's like you're in such like volatile waters once you're there, that one misstep is like catastrophic. And when you're old, it's a young man's sport, and it's not going to change. That's like Ilia Topuria just illustrated that to the fullest.
Crazy. Let's throw this in before we talk about the next card. Or actually, no, let's talk about Ilia a little bit more.
He did what he had to do. He dropped homie a couple times.
Yes.
Polished.
He beat his ass.
He did what he had to do.
Beat his ass.
And the crazy
do you think
thing,
the ref should have stopped it?
I mean, he was taking some serious damage, but he wasn't like...
He's already had face surgery.
I don't know.
Emmett's already had face surgery.
I think with the stakes at hand, I'm sure Emmett told the ref straight up. He's just like, dude, let me go out on my shield.
Yeah.
Like, don't pull it. He's like, because if you're Emmett, you got to think if he wins that fight, if he beats the young, hungry, undefeated Ilia Topuria, he's right back in the title contention, not title shot. He still has to string together at least one more win. But like, look at Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira lost the title, and everyone's kind of like, well, I feel like you're low-key still the champ. He was loved like he was the champ.
And then he went out there and beat someone's ass.
That's what I'm saying. He beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did, dude.
Yeah. So,
Charles is a beast.
Beneil Dariush, to be specific.
Yeah, man. Beneil, yeah. And Benil's a really good fighter. That's the thing.
So the reason I'm humoring that is like he's not screwed, but his next fight is basically for his title livelihood. If he ever expects to be relevant in the title contention, because if he loses his next bout, because let's face it, Ilia, if UFC's smart, Ilia's got 2 fights before a title shot. At the trajectory he's working at, he deserves it. Mm-hmm. Now, who are those 2 fights? I have no idea. Like, who does he fight? He already beat the shit out of Bryce Mitchell. Like, bad. Like, bad.
That one was bad.
That was like, Bryce Mitchell's never looked like that before.
Ever.
Regardless of...
He said it was the flu.
He claimed he was sick, and I'm sure if that's true, that actually played a factor.
It kind of makes sense.
At the same time, I don't think that fight changes that dramatically if he doesn't...
Ilya's a dog, dude.
That's what I'm saying. He hits
fucking beast.
He hits harder than
he hasn't lost. He hasn't lost.
He's good.
I mean, and he's gotten a lot
and
of
he
finishes.
has all of Spain on his back.
Let's talk about all these finishes that Ilia Topuria has. I'm going to pull these up right now. Ilia Topuria. Drop in the comments if you guys are riding with Ilia Topuria, or if you even watched this last card. Are you guys even watching UFC right now? Let us know. Ilia Topuria, 2023, got his win over Josh Emmett. Submitted Bryce Mitchell, knocked out Jay Herbert.
Mm-hmm. That's been his, like, he's
knocked out Ryan Hall.
He's been in the limelight since the Ryan Hall fight.
Knocked out Damon Jackson and won a decision against Yusuf Zalal. And now I do want to pull up what he did before the UFC as well. So I'm going to go to Tapology if it pulls up. There it is. El Matador, dude.
I want to say he fought in Spain. On the regional Spain.
So let's
MMA
go down
scene.
up. So his first fight, he fought one Francisco Javier Asparilla Martinez.
That's a lot of names.
So many names. And, you know, he won. It just says he won. It just says win. His second just says a win. Those were in 2015. Then it starts giving some details. We got Daniel Vasquez in mixed fight events. That's what it says. I don't know what that means, but he won by rear naked choke. So that's one finish. And that was in the first round. His third fight, or his third win, guillotine choke, second round. Fourth win, guillotine choke, mounted this time, first round. Fifth win, we got the anaconda choke, first round. We got Luis Gomez getting submitted too right after that. That's 6-0 submission, first round. Then he knocks out Steven Goncalves. Then he gets his first decision. I mean, at least noted here. And that's Yusuf Zalal in the UFC. So he had all finishes before he even got to UFC.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a lot of momentum.
Wow.
His competition, he's just kind of like, I mean, the eye test when you watch Ilia Topuria fight, in my opinion, you can see that he's got championship potential. When I say that, I'm not saying he will be the champion. I more so say that he belongs in the top 5. And I think that until you put him in front of a guy who's just going to like do what he does to everyone else, he doesn't know what he doesn't know. And clearly no one has a recipe to stop or even stifle this man. Some people have survived him, and that's the key word, survived. 15 or 25 minutes.
And I don't want to hear anybody saying that he's not getting tested. They're like, oh, he's getting
his last 4 fights have been bangers.
I mean, bro, I will say Jay Herbert, okay. Okay, you can say whatever. He had a canceled bout against Edson Barbosa.
That would have been such a good fucking
giant
fight.
test.
Bruh.
He had a canceled bout against Movsar Evelev. That would have been a giant test.
Now, MMA math doesn't work, and we don't like to use it, but we're going to humor it. Bryce Mitchell beat Edson Barboza, and Bryce Mitchell got big brothered by Ilia Topuria.
Mm-hmm.
Again, MMA math does not work, but I think for the sake of this analogy, I'm pretty confident it would. Now, Edson Barboza is a heel kick away from taking anybody into the shadow realm.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
You can't make mistakes.
Like, that is what he's the most dangerous dude at his weight class for as many years as he's been fighting. Like, he legitimately retired Terry Edom. And if you don't know who that is, it's because he fucking got baptized by a spinning heel kick and got comatose and never fought again.
Yeah,
that's Edson Barboza. That's how, sorry, I tangented too hard on him. Sorry. He's so fucking good.
He is so fucking good. And I wish we would have got that fight.
Ilia Topuria, Edson Barboza, I still want to see that fight right now.
But they did give him Ryan Hall. And that's a giant test.
And he's a grappler, right?
One of the best grapplers.
The Aminari guy?
Yes.
Yeah, this guy, he's funny. He doesn't look like he can fight. Like, you can look up a viral video of some like dude who's acting a fool at a restaurant around Christmas time, and he doesn't know Ryan Hall is Ryan Hall, and so Ryan Hall steps to him, and he's like, stop, and Ryan Hall just ends up putting him in like a sitting triangle full mount. When he's just like smacking him on the head, he's just like, see, look, he's calm. Like, Ryan Hall is hilarious to watch fight. If you don't know what an Imanari roll is, turn into a Ryan Hall fight and you will see it.
And you know, we had Ilia take him out on the ground via ground and pound.
It was bad.
It was bad. Yeah, Ryan Hall got his ass kicked.
And Ryan Hall wanted to be on the ground, so that should show you.
And that was the big test. That was his first gigantic test in the UFC. We can say Yusuf Zalal was too, but I want to say Ryan Hall's the better fighter of them. So
that was his coming out party.
Yeah, coming out party for Ryan Hall. Then took out Jay Herbert. Then took out Bryce Mitchell. Excuse me.
And Bryce Mitchell was undefeated. It was either Ilia or Bryce Mitchell was going to leave.
Triangle choked him in the second round.
He just dropped him and
beating his ass.
Fuck out of him, dude. Like, I was so shocked.
Josh Emmett though. Josh Emmett was getting his ass beat.
And I still think that, like, shout out Bryce Mitchell. You're like still one of my favorite fighters. That's not going to change. I like his demeanor. He took that L like a champ, minus like claiming the flu or whatever. But I just think that Ilia Topuria ain't one to fuck with, bruh. Like, that's a dude who I feel like no one is gonna want to fight, especially after the way he just treated fucking Josh Emmett.
I just typed in YFC on accident instead of UFC, and it brought up
like a Yugoslavian.
No, it was
fighting
like Youth
league?
Faith Church or something.
Oh, that's not us.
He says that's not us.
That's not us.
Real quickly before getting into this next main card and prelim that we're going to talk about, and then getting on out of here, we're going to talk about the PFL a little bit.
Did you see Size knockout?
It did see Size knockout.
That's the best PFL knockout I've seen possibly ever.
Did you see what happened with the whole Shane Burgos situation and the?
Yeah. So I'm glad you.
What do you do?
So okay. So if we guys,
what are we doing?
You guys don't know, I don't remember the exact fighter's name, but we've talked about.
It's crazy.
The PFL has that scoring system where every bout It's a 3-round bout. The max amount of points you can earn for their playoff bracketing is 6 points, which is a first-round finish, 5 points for a second round, 4 points for a third round, and then if you just win the fight, you get 3 points via decision or whatever. So each time these fighters fight, they're trying to earn those 6 points or as many points as possible to earn seeding for their playoffs. And their playoffs is the end of the year tournament, and the winner of the playoffs is their champion. Their champion doesn't contest their belt. That's their seasonal belt, whatever. So there's these 2 fighters who are competing at featherweight, and they are sparring partners. They're friends. They said it was really difficult for them to fight each other. And I watched the fight. It was fucking boring. They didn't throw very many strikes, neither coaching, because they have the same coaches. Coach didn't say a word.
Same gym.
Same everything.
Same coaches.
And this is an eventual
friends.
When
They're friends.
You're in the same weight class and in the PFL is not very big. Your odds of not fighting someone on the PFL, like when you're in it, you're gonna fight every man on that roster probably, or woman in that case. So they fought, and the winner of that was gonna make the playoffs mathematically because of the points bracketing and seeding. Well, the fight was so boring, so unapologetically boring, and Shane Burgos won his fight via unanimous decision. He just took the dude down and put him in full mount and just kind of held him there. Couldn't finish the fight, but mathematically he was eliminated. PFL says, nope, we just signed you to this big-ass contract, and you fought hard. These other dudes did not fight hard. PFL says the winner of that bro match isn't in the playoffs. Shane Burgos is. So it's promotionally...
It's a mess.
Promotionally, this...
They fucked up.
Really hurts. Because if you're a PFL fighter... You came because you were trying to take advantage of this bracket opportunity and go get your $1 million.
Now you can see they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Now there's a little label of arbitrary money like the UFC's done in the past where you're like, whatever. Now, to be fair though.
It said it in the contract.
To be fair, I want to say I wholeheartedly believe that if both those 2 training partners went out and fought their hearts out and gave a real attempt to beat the other one and not a respectful sparring match, I don't think this would be happening. I don't think that the PFL was just itching to like put Shane Burgos in at the expense of someone else getting like fucked. I think what really happened is they were on the edge. They really wanted Burgos in. Burgos didn't win his fight in a way that mathematically promoted him. So they were stuck between a pickle. Like, do we promote the guy who threw like 17 punches in 15 minutes, or do we promote the guy that we just brought over and paid a lot of money to, who we low-key kind of want to win the whole thing because he has star power? He's doing like Celsius commercials. Shane Burgos is probably top 5 biggest faces in PFL as far as who everyone knows who
Easily.
they are, and it's mostly because of the marketing giant that the UFC is and was.
Definitely.
But that's not here nor there. This is a mess because it means your platform doesn't really matter now if this is the case. Now, again, I'm going to say this again. I don't think that the UPFL would have done this if that fight was good. I really don't. So
yeah, but I don't know.
That's
so
fucked. So now Shane Burgos is in the playoffs, and he mathematically shouldn't be.
He should not be at all. I think they made the wrong decision. They shouldn't have done that. They should have, even though it was boring and it was borderline fixed, really. I think you got to move it. You got to move on with them. You can't just do. You're ruining.
It hurts your product.
It hurts your like
because your product.
I had already said screw that shit. That's just kind of stupid. Well, yeah. Now I'm completely like, oh, you could just do whatever you want now.
Yeah. It takes it like I said, when you sprinkle in like arbitrary moves that you just want.
You can't do that, bro.
Because before the legitimacy of it that you could at least lean into and claim, similar to how Bellator does the Grand Prix tournaments, is that everyone's involved, and if you keep winning, you will be promoted the winner, if you will. Versus in other organizations like the UFC, you're gonna get some like cherry picked fights. The UFC is gonna have an agenda with you as a champion. If you're a big champion and you make a big poll, people tune into your fights. They want you to be champion as long as possible. Mm-hmm. If you're like Tyron Woodley, who fought Wonder Boy and gave us a really boring fight minus dropping homie once, and you talked all this shit about like the UFC while you were champion, the UFC is going to feed you the Darren Tills. They're going to feed you the guys that they think will beat you because they know for their dollar's sake, they want someone they can promote better. And so, yes, they absolutely have marketing agendas. But with these other organizations, you can pretend that winning is the key to success. And in this scenario, that didn't necessarily guarantee it.
Yeah, and I get it from their perspective, too. I really do.
I don't blame
these
them.
Guys, but, I mean, if you're friends like that, you guys got to not make an agreement that you're not going to hurt each other, but you got to make the agreement that, yo, we're still boys after this, I'm a
like
fuck you up.
Like obviously, I'm not a fighter. I've never been a
same.
fighter in
Yeah,
any type of professional context. But like in the event where like I don't know, like this would never happen. But like let's say at work,
I would have went to another gym.
You and I work together. Like we don't work side by side. We just work in the same business. Imagine if work came to one of us with an ultimatum where they were saying due to budget cuts they couldn't afford to keep both of us. I wouldn't take it personally if in your shoes you said I need to pay my bills. I'm sorry. Like it's you hit me with an ultimatum. I would expect the same. It's no amount of friendship comes before your bills.
Dave would say that instantly to me too. He'd be like, "Bro,
I gotta pay my."
I'd be like, "Yo, I gotta pay my shit too."
Now that I would be
ZZ doesn't pay shit.
I would be devastated, but the same analogy I would assume applies to fighting. You know what I'm saying? And and again, if I would look at it like this, like, bro, if you beat my ass, go win that $1 million. Because if you don't, neither of us got $1 million, and now we hate each other.
And what's crazy is. Now neither of them get the chance.
Nope, they both don't.
It goes to the guy that lost.
So that sucks. Before we get into this next UFC card, there's a few tiny bits of MMA news that I can. Not even MMA. I'm sorry. There's just UFC or sports news. Excuse me.
Go ahead and pull them up.
First of all, shout out Winston. He texted me this while the Twitter before it even went live. But Kyrie just agreed to a 3-year, I think, $126 million deal to stay in Dallas.
Wow.
I'm sure Chase is pumped. I would hope. Keeping Kyrie. So you got 3 more years of Kyrie in Dallas. I mean,
with a good Luka. Yeah, man.
So that's something that's happened. And then let me pull this up. Dun, dun, dun. So according to Adam Schefter, a handful of NFL players, including Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, are expected to receive season-long suspensions this week after allegedly gambling. Now,
what?
Sports betting. So
Damn,
the NFL has a zero-tolerance policy to sports betting. Like Calvin Ridley had to sit out a year because he bet $1,000 on a game that he wasn't even eligible to participate in because it was the postseason. So I think that's wrong. I think now, to be fair, it's conflict of interest for these athletes to bet. Because we saw with the betting case on Netflix with the referees, you know, how those referees, they have insider information. The referee will know, like, oh, yeah, so-and-so tweaked his ankle. They don't want the media to know, but he's probably going to play limited minutes. And then you could be like, oh, well, that changes the odds of who's going to win this game. So when it comes to that same level of information highway, you got to assume that's similarly available to these players, you know. Like we've seen with James Krause and the UFC. Like, we just saw that. You have, when you know stuff that's going on like a ground level that the average person doesn't have access to, it is too conflicting for you to be eligible to benefit money off of that. It's insider trading, basically. So I am not mad at it in the sense that I don't think they deserve season-long punishments. However, as I'm like unraveling this and saying this, I gotta understand that, like, from the business perspective, you can't have them betting. It just it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like UFC used to allow fighters to bet, and then the James Krause thing happened, and now the UFC has gone out and said, like, even though you're independent contractors, you have exclusivity rights to the UFC, and because of that, you are the equivalent of an employee who has insider information. So UFC fighters legally cannot bet on fights.
Yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, it sucks.
Just have your lady do it or something.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it. Like, we all know this.
There is ways to do it. Yeah, just figure it out, dude. Get a burner phone or something, dude.
Something. So, yeah, insider trading, Colts cornerback.
Yeah, how are you rich enough to just buy, like, another phone line?
Man, I don't even know.
Through someone.
I don't even know how these things get exposed. I'm sure.
Yeah, how do they even know?
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
Outside of that,
buy tickets July 8th.
July 21st.
Chris Webby and Friends.
Slam Ball returns to ESPN.
I did see that.
Low-key kind of excited.
Are we going to talk about Slam Ball?
Nah. I think it's cool because you can, like, tackle homies and shit.
I do want to watch it.
I'll peep it. I used to like it as a kid. I thought it was interesting.
So Conor McGregor hasn't won one fight on the Ultimate Fighter.
You know what my hypothesis is?
He doesn't win one.
Well, exactly that. Okay, so, like, they went into it. He was pumped to fight Chandler. Now he's missed his USADA test potential to fight this year. Like, the 6-month gap that he's going to have to report to makes him basically mathematically ineligible to fight this year.
Yeah, no.
So if he
does,
they're
not going to fight. They're not going to fight.
They're probably not going to fight. And on top of that, you got to think Conor probably was excited, and then he came back to the Ultimate Fighter. And then if he gets swept in the Ultimate Fighter and doesn't win a single one, how excited is he to fight now? How much does that help his fight ethos?
I mean, he messed up. He picked all the freaking youngs, dude. He messed up, dude.
To be fair, though, to be 100% honest, this season is like
whack.
It's a dumb. It was like the way they.
Dude, of course, all the veterans are gonna win.
I mean, to be fair, if you have that next like Tony Ferguson, that next young stud, he should shine above these guys. Because if he's struggling with these guys who are in and of itself struggling to remain in the UFC, how are they gonna fare?
Did you see the tough leak?
I didn't, but I'll before we get to that, I will say that it's like one of the guys who's on this season is a guy who's like lost to Merab Dvalishvili in a decision, and he was already an Ultimate Fighter winner. He has no business on this show. He did it because he's smart. He did it because he's like, I'm gonna get right back in the UFC. I'm gonna beat a bunch of dudes in these 2-round exhibitions. It's gonna be
this is gonna be easy.
It's gonna be easy money, bro. I got like 4 10-minute bouts, and I'm in the UFC again. Say less. But
say less.
That being said, like, bruh, I don't think that there is an ultimate fighter caliber like athlete who can walk into a UFC Ultimate Fighter house and can go rounds with guys who Rob Dvalishvili couldn't get out of there in 15 minutes. I'm just saying, that's like, as silly as it sounds to reference, again, this is another MMA math moment, but like, I'm sorry, like the reason you're on the Ultimate Fighter is because you are a contender. You are not, no offense, you're unlikely good enough to fight for a belt. You know what I'm saying? For the time being. Sorry, it's kind of a junioring process. It's like the youngins belong there. The veterans don't necessarily belong there. But if you've already been on the UFC, that just shows that the UFC is struggling to get people to do this fucking show.
Yeah,
that's all that means.
It makes sense.
And to be fair, that's been a problem in the past. We've had like Douglas Lima's brother, Diego Lima. He's been the runner-up on the Ultimate Fighter twice and has fought in the UFC since. Like,
I've seen him get knocked out.
It's because he's his brother. Too. I mean, his brother is a legend, so he's forever gonna benefit from that. So,
yeah.
But like, this goes to show this is just a gleaming slap in the face reminder at how dumb the Ultimate Fighter platform is for fighters to participate for their own good, and how smart the Contender Series is.
Yeah,
this is basically
that's going to be the new model. I think this is going to phase out.
There's no way
they're not getting very good numbers.
There's no way. Like these, if the fights were good, that'd be different. If we were getting knockouts, wars, blood. No, we got a TKO in the very first episode, in the very first fight, and like a minute, and then every fight since has just been boring.
But hold on, you didn't let me get to the leak yet. So apparently, I seen a leak on Twitter.
Spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1.
This upcoming next week is Connor's like homie Lee Drummond or whatever his name is. He's fighting Kurt Hollabaugh, and there's a clip on Twitter that shows it.
The ending of the fight.
Yes.
So Connor finally gets one.
No, his homie's beating Kurt's ass, and then he flips him, and then fucking guillotine chokes him in front of Connor, and Connor just gets on his knees, sad. And that's what makes Connor push Chandler's face in that clip, because they get in the cage and they start talking shit, and Connor's like, "I'll knock your ass out right now." That's what he says before the push, and that's what makes him push it. So he pushes him, and then Chandler's just all woo.
Yeah, he's like woo.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Yeah, so
I still stand by my statement.
Yeah, he got his homie gets choked out in front of him.
Chandler
after winning like most of the fight.
If Connor decides to come back and fight, if Connor genuinely decides to come back and fight, he should not fight Chandler for his own good.
I think he should. It's just going to be a good fight.
The only way he beats Chandler is if he clips him, because let's face it, Chandler's
gotten clipped.
He doesn't fight the smartest. He fights very entertaining. But
I'm scared though, because
if Chandler just decides though, like
Connor's gigantic.
But listen, if Chandler decides,
gigantic.
Like, let's say they do it at 170, which would be hilarious. But let's just say
I can't even believe we're talking about this. This fight is less likely to happen than Elon Musk and
Mark Zuckerberg. But no, if it happens though, Chandler will, unless Chandler gets clipped, Chandler will just fuck him up, dude. Like, what takedown defense does Connor have? If Chad Money Mendez took Connor down every time he tried,
I think Chandler wants to strike with him though.
He obviously does. But if Chandler's smart, if I'm Michael Chandler, like, I know Chandler, everyone makes fun of how Chandler has low fight IQ, but he fights like he's the most entertaining lightweight, period. You can't convince me otherwise. He hasn't had one boring UFC fight at all. That being said, he's a fan favorite for the way he fights, but if you go in there and have another war and Connor eventually TKOs you and wins the war or whatever, that doesn't warrant anything. Your best bet, Chandler, is go in, fight boring as shit. Take this man down, ground and pound him a little bit, choke him out early, make Conor get real mad, make Conor cut a mean promo, have Conor call you a pussy, said next first one to go for a takedown's a bitch, and then run it back, and he'll make way more money. If Chandler's smart, that's what he'll do.
Yeah, I think what they really wanted with Conor was that Diaz fight, that last Diaz fight.
I also think that they wanted
that.
I think the UFC thought that through this Ultimate Fighter that they would have enough of, like, from what they were planning on filming, that they would gauge enough footage to hype the fight, enough footage to make it somewhat more compelling. And as it sits, the potential for a complete Michael Chandler sweep doesn't make that makes that fight way less.
And that's the thing. Conor's not even there, though. That's another thing with this Ultimate Fighter. He's like not even there.
And he goes to the
doesn't
house.
even help them.
He just goes to the house and like
he
drinks
fucks
with them.
around. Yes, dude. He's not even like a coach.
I mean, Conor's been on the Ultimate
Chandler's
Fighter
there,
before as a coach, and he's never really seemed like a good coach. He seems like a fighter who thrives with his coach in a one-on-one environment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this has been a really hard season to watch, and I've been enthusiastic about watching it, but I can say that, like, nah, bro.
I just had to give that leak.
I'm curious.
Watch next week. He gets choked out via guillotine, mounted guillotine. Dude mounts him and just throws him, mounts him, boom. Just quick
bam,
with it.
Bam, thank you, man.
Jumps on that neck. It's that dude with gray hair too. That Kurt Holloway guy. He has the gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
I did not give him a chance, and he destroyed that guy. I mean, UFC veterans. What do you guys expect? All right, we're pulling up this next card right now. Strickland versus Magomedov. We're gonna run through this prelim real fast. We don't have a lot of people on here that we know.
Well, there is a fight.
Run right through.
There is a huge return fight. We'll get to it.
Yes,
you'll know it when you read it.
All right, so we have Alexander Romanov taking on Blagoy Ivanov in the heavyweight division. We got 16-2 Alexander, then we got Blagoy Ivanov at 19-5. Right after that, we have Ivana Petrovic taking on Luana Carolina in the flyweight division. Right after that, we have the lightweight bout against Guram Kutateladze.
That's actually really close.
Kutateladze.
Something like that.
Elvis Brenner. That's going to be the lightweight fight in the prelim.
We can just assume Winston would bet.
Yeah, we can definitely assume Winston would bet on that one. Right after that, we have Yana Santos, and that is the one wife of Thiago Santos, taking on Carol Rosa in the featherweight division. Right after that, we have featherweight bout, Joe Anderson Brito taking on Weston Wilson. Look at that. Right at the top, we're talking about the return fight, the feature prelim.
Yep.
Kevin Lee is back in the UFC, entered the roster a few weeks ago, or a week ago.
The Motown Phenom.
Motown Phenom back in the welterweight division against Renat Fakhretdinov.
So I want to give a little bit of backstory to Kevin Lee.
I think Matt would pick that one.
Not a lot of people are familiar with, or probably, because Kevin Lee was borderline a household name at one point. So what had happened is they did the big... I want to say it was the UFC 200 press conference or one of the big international fight weeks when they had
the Gregor Gillespie knockout too.
So they had that was crazy. They had Conor at the press conference, the famous like who the fuck is that guy moment. At that same press conference, you had Kevin Lee who was taking on Michael Chiesa, and the fight was taking place around Mother's Day weekend. And so Kevin Lee made a comment to Michael Chiesa. He's like, yeah, it's like it's Mother's Day. I bet your mom got a ticket. Blah blah blah. Michael Chiesa's like, don't talk about my fucking mom. And then they had that scuffle.
Oh yeah,
that was the moment that Kevin Lee was on the map for the MMA zeitgeist, because I didn't know who the fuck he was before that happened. Kevin Lee also noted his brother. I can't remember his brother's first name. Fought for Bellator, and now he's like a viral food reviewer on TikTok. Keith Lee, badass fighter too. But anyway, so Kevin Lee fought Michael Chiesa. Won the fight. It was kind of controversial. Whatever. Who cares? He definitely won. Was winning. At that point, he was on the map. Like he was going Sizzler. So everyone's like, "All right, cool." So then the UFC is just like, "All right, bet. We're gonna throw you an interim title shot with what was it? Tony Ferguson? Didn't he fight Tony Ferguson?
Yes.
So yeah, lost that, and then he kind of got down on his luck as far as the UFC. He had like his only win that he got in that last little string of fights.
Oh, he got submitted by Dos Anjos too.
Yeah, that
in
did
2019.
happen. But he knocked
Then
out
he got
Gregor.
submitted by Charles Oliveira.
So before those, though, he knocked out Gregor Gillespie with a head kick. Vicious. Gregor Gillespie was undefeated at that moment. So
that was in 2019.
So that was huge. So when he won that fight, they're like, all right, I guess Kevin Lee is back.
Knocked out Edson Barbosa.
Yeah.
Before that.
Edson Barbosa made him look like a deer in headlights, though, after that spinning heel kick.
Yeah, he did. I can't believe he knocked him out after that.
That's a highlight worth mentioning. So
he couldn't even stand.
After Edson Barbosa, who did he fight?
After Edson Barbosa, he knocked out Gregor Gillespie.
And then after Gregor, that was the...
oh, wait, no. He got submitted by Dos Anjos, then knocked out Gregor.
There you go.
That was in between.
So he fought all UFC or former UFC champs or competing for
then
champs.
Got submitted by Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
2020.
Champ to be.
Then lost a decision against Daniel Rodriguez and had a canceled bout against Sean Brady.
Yeah, so
then he left.
After that, he left. And when he left, he went to the recently and since ended, from what I understand, the recently acquired Eagle FC, which was Khabib's MMA organization.
Khabib was just like, screw this is lame.
Well, Khabib basically was like, wanted to do a promotion, and he had an entire like fleet of Russian fighters that it was easier for him to just make his own MMA organization than it would have been to one by one cherry pick the ones the UFC would have wanted and then give them contracts. So instead, they just decided to do Eagle FC, where they had like 2 events. One of the main Eagle FC main events that I watched was it was Kevin Lee versus God, who did he fight? Diego Sanchez.
Oh yeah.
Which nobody wanted to see that fight.
Yeah, that's Diego. That should have retired.
Yeah,
already.
Whatever. But like Kevin Lee obviously won that, and then when he was in the Eagle FC ring, he was just like, Khabib, you know I'm the best, like blah blah blah. And then they started humoring that like Eagle FC was like they were considering doing the 10-pound weight divisions down the board, which would have introduced a 65-pound division, and welterweight would have moved up to 175, etc. So
that's weird.
They humored that, didn't do it. The only reason they would have done it is
they don't even exist today.
No, they don't anymore. But the reason that they hypothetically would have done it is because they know that they could have made Kevin Lee a 165-pound name easy, because that's the weight he would probably thrive at. He cuts a little bit of weight to make lightweight. He's not quite big enough to be a welterweight. He really isn't. So 165 he would probably thrive in. That being said, this is his first fight back in the UFC. He was rumored to be back on the UFC roster when he joined the USADA testing pool again. One person on Twitter even went as far as to say, like, watch, he's in Slap League. That obviously wasn't the case. I'm excited to see him back because I think he's too talented to be elsewhere.
I'd like to see him in BKFC. That'd be cool.
That would be different.
I mean, he's more of a wrestler, though, so.
Yeah, I genuinely think that Kevin Lee is, like, a true top 10 lightweight. He just has...
Oh, really?
He fought all champions or former champions. Like, imagine a Kevin Lee versus, like, Michael Chandler.
Let's see what he has for this Renat Fakhretdinov, because this dude, Renat is sitting at 20-1.
So, and I'm assuming he's a Khabib guy with a name like that.
Yeah.
So if you had to bet, the UFC either hopes that this
decision win over but he has never fought anybody like Kevin Lee. I'll tell you that. His last fight's against Brian Battle, decision win. Then we have a decision win against Andreas Michailidis, which is a good fighter.
Brian Battle fought him on a short notice. It was like
this is his 3rd fight in the UFC.
It was like
Kevin Lee.
Brian Battle fought him on like short notice call up, and that was like the same Brian Battle.
It was
his last fight where he kicked that dude's head off his shoulder.
Baptized.
But yeah,
this guy's only lost once. He's a grinder. He's going to grind out Kevin Lee, and we've seen Kevin Lee lose to who? I'll wait for it, Khabib. So, it's not looking the best.
Kevin Lee fought Khabib?
I'm pretty sure, right?
I don't think he fought Khabib.
It's in the welterweight. Isn't Khabib welterweight?
Khabib's what? Lightweight.
Who am I thinking of then? Who am I thinking? Yeah, he didn't, because I just went over his... We just went over Kevin Lee's.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of someone else. That is crazy, though. He fought... he never fought.
But yeah,
Khabib.
I'm rooting for the Motown Phenom.
He definitely never fought Khabib. I'm tripping. He did fight Tony Ferguson.
He fought for
Got
Khabib.
submitted by Tony Ferguson.
See, yeah, I knew he fought Tony.
Mm-hmm. That was before.
That was for an interim belt.
It was before he submitted Michael Chiesa.
I thought he got that. That was after Chiesa for the interim belt. You might be.
Oh, it was. It goes up.
Yeah, it was in that exact order. So he beat Chiesa.
He fought in March, June, and then October.
So he beat Chiesa on that bout,
Khabib.
controversially, and then his very next fight was his interim title bout against T. Ferg. And then that was the interim belt that T. Ferg technically unified and then lost to Accord. at that press conference.
Mm.
There's an
Like
alternate
ripped his knee or
bro.
something?
There is an alternate universe somewhere where Tony and Khabib fought multiple times, and I'm sad we're not in that one.
I know.
That
right?
fight never happened. That fight
So
was just too
sad.
good to be true.
But that is your feature prelim. Let's move on, huh?
Yeah,
I
let's
think
get
we should
it.
move on from the Kevin Lee talk.
Yep.
Let me go back. Main card. Let's run it through. Whoa. There's a lot of fights on this main card. We got the first fight on the main card. We got Bruno Ferreira taking on Nursultan Ruziboev.
That's a name.
That's a name. And I don't know if these are typos, but Bruno spelled with 2 N's. Okay? Bruno Ferreira taking on Nursultan Ruziboev. I think I'm hitting it too. I really do. Are you trying to pull up some odds?
I'll look them up.
Because honestly, I really want to know what the odds on this one are. Because we have Bruno Ferreira 10-0 taking on this Nursultan dude 34-8. 34 wins, dude. Like, bro, 34 wins at 29.
So my order is probably going to be wrong because they don't order them correctly on the
That's
app.
okay.
But so you got Nursultan Razubiev, or however you pronounce that, is sitting at plus 175.
Okay.
And then Bruno is sitting at minus 225.
That's crazy for a guy that has 34 wins.
And Bruno does contain 2 N's.
It does. It's weird. Right after that, we have Ishmael Bonfim, one of the Bonfim brothers, coming back, taking on Benoit Saint Denis.
So, Ismail is the overwhelming favorite, sitting at a minus
500 plus.
minus 337, and then Benoit is at a plus 255.
It's a good parlay piece right there.
Not bad.
Right after that, we have Ariana Lipski taking on Melissa Gatto in the flyweight division.
Ariana Lipski is attractive, and she is also the dog in this fight.
Damn, how do you feel about that, Dave?
I hope she wins, or if she doesn't win, I hope she doesn't get too damaged.
Fact.
That's
You're hilarious.
No, but she's hold on, I just lost my placement. She's sitting at a plus 188, and then Melissa Gatto is at a minus 240.
Nice. What about Max Griffin and Michael Morales? That's going to be in the welterweight division. We have Michael Morales undefeated, 14-0.
So, Max Griffin, for those who haven't tuned in, he's not the most technical guy, but he's very violent.
He's
I really enjoy watching him fight.
19-9 too.
Yeah.
So he has some.
He's
some
a violent
losses.
guy. He's money line. He's the dog, plus 188. It's like the same odds as the last one, plus 188, minus 240 for Michael Morales. Now, to go the distance. Yes, minus 115. No, minus 115. They have no idea.
They don't know.
It is in the air.
All right. We have a co-main event of Damir Ishmagulov taking on Grant Dawson.
This is a coin flip fight. They have no idea. That's Damir is minus 110. Grant is minus 112. No idea.
They have no idea what's about to go down. I don't know what's going to go down with these guys. Ishmagulov is a really good fighter. I enjoy watching fight. I don't think I've seen Grant Dawson. I probably have, but it doesn't ring a bell. Let's talk about Sean Strickland and Abus Magomedov.
Let's talk.
I mean, Abus, I don't know if he should even be in this fight, dude.
I mean, ranking-wise,
he only has one fight in the UFC, and it's a knockout over Dustin Stolfutz last year.
Yeah, rankings-wise, doesn't necessarily belong, but this has Strickland fought, I think, I want to say Pereira is the last time we saw Strickland. And he got TKO'd real bad.
Real bad.
I'm not sure if I've seen him fight since.
Oh, yeah, he had one fight. He had one decision win after that.
Who was it?
Nasruddin Imavov.
Oh, yeah. He's just collecting...
That was on the... He headlined a fight night.
He's just...
January.
He's just collecting Russians' heads at this point.
He is, dude. Decision win over Imavov. Decision loss to Jared Cannonier. That was before he got... Or after he got knocked out to Alex Fajeda. Or by Alex Fajeda, excuse me. But he had a decision win over Uriah Hall. A knockout over Brendan Allen. A decision win over Jack Marshman. A knockout of Nordine Taleb. And he did get knocked out by Elise Zaleski dos Santos.
I'm a big Sean Strickland
fan. He's been in the UFC since 2014. Like, I could just keep going back, but I mean, we don't need to. It's all good. He's about to fight this Abush Magomedov. I mean, are they doing Sean Strickland a favor or?
I don't know.
Doing? What's the plan?
I feel like the thought process is the UFC probably came to him and was just like, "Hey, you kind of need to win. You're a big enough pull that we can justify making you a headliner." I think this is like his third or fourth fight night he's been the headliner for, at least third, because, or I assume third, regardless. It's important for him because it gets him back in the win column. He might have a guy in front of him that he can do his traditional like outstrike and talk a bunch of shit to, which really helps his his brand. But I don't know. It sounds like he's fighting a grappler, to be honest. If the name's Russian, I assume you can wrestle. Just no hesitation. So I'm curious, and it's also like him. He's like best friends with Chris Curtis, who just had another fight, lost via eye poke no contest drama. Which is he's had like back-to-back fights that's happened, or like 3 of his last like 4 bouts have had like insane eye pokes or something. So I think that both of Chris Curtis as well as Sean Strickland are just like collecting these like Russians' names, I guess. I don't know what it is. Like if it's they're super motivated to do it or if they're just yes men and this is what happens from it. But I hope Sean Strickland wins. I feel like Sean Strickland's going to win this fight confidently, and then he's right back in the whole like championship aspirations. I don't know who he's going to fight next. But like let's face it. If he wins this in confident fashion and then wins his next fight, he's going to probably fight Izzy just because Izzy's cleared the division.
He's a minus 164 right now, too.
Yeah.
We could see some craziness out of nowhere from Magomedov, too. We don't know that much about him.
He's plus 128 on Barstool. Sean Strickland on Barstool is minus 159. To go the distance, yes, plus 120. No, minus 162. Everyone kind of assumes that's how it's going to go. Sean Strickland to win by KO, TKO, or DQ.
Okay, hey.
Plus 235.
This guy's a kind of a beast. I'm not going to lie. Let's go down this real quick. He has a lot of canceled bouts. I want to say because people probably don't want to fight him or something. I really don't know what it is.
It's also possible that because he's a foreign fighter that there's visa problems.
Out of the last 7 booked fights, he's only had 2 go through. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And I mean, one of them is still in the air. It's against Sean Strickland. So let's talk about this. He's taking on Sean Strickland tomorrow. He beat Dustin Stolfoots via front kick and punches in the first round in 19 seconds. Damn.
That's fast.
That's very fast. He has a canceled bout, 2 of them against Murdov, 1 of them against Gerald Mearshart, and 1 of them against...
Mearshart's no darn, no bum.
Right. 2 of them against Gerald Mearshart, apparently via Tapology. And 1 of them against Liasag Kazirev. But he has a guillotine choke win before that, a Kimura win before that. He lost to he got knocked out in 33 seconds, actually, in the PFL in 2018 by Lewis Taylor. But he does have a win over Sada Busai. Decision winner over Sada Busai. I mean, this guy gets it done because before that decision win, he had a draw, but he had 3 knockouts. One of them a body kick, and then the rest via punches, all in the first round. This dude seems like a finisher. I mean, even before those knockouts, he had 2 guillotine chokes, 1 knockout, 1 rear naked choke, and another knockout before that. Like, this guy has done the damn thing. I mean, these are all just kind of off-brand fighting championships. Like, one of them's Final Fight Championship 29, Superior FC, a few PFL wins in there. It's pretty crazy. They're kind of... This might be I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. No wonder why the odds are only 164 for Sean Strickland. Because if this guy didn't have that type of resume, it would be way bigger of a underdog. Mm-hmm. Way bigger. So I kind of don't want to touch that one when we're talking bets. Because I really don't know what's going to happen. If anything, pick up a decision win for Sean Strickland. Because he's used to that. But I do have my parlay piece, and I'm going to pick up Ishmael Bonfim at minus 310. That's what I'm going to do. Money line, and I might end up switching up if odds don't look the best. We'll see what's up. I kind of want to see what everybody else has. Do you know what you're going to pick, Mr. Dave?
I'm thinking money line Kevin Lee just to ride with the return, and he's sitting at
That's cool.
He's sitting at plus 160. Now
That's good.
it's risky in the sense
Plus
that
172 too. That is risky.
it's risky in the sense that
I mean, we got Renat Fakhretdinov at minus 205.
he's minus 200 on here, so he's the clear favorite. But I don't know if that's based on relevancy or not. Because, like, let's face it, we know Kevin Lee has fought champions, and we know he hasn't looked like a bum, but he has been outclassed. Never looked like a bum. We haven't seen Renat.
I mean, if you put this on the parlay, it's going to help our odds out.
I feel like, well, I'm confident it'll help the parlay. I'm just saying this is a risky bet because it's a money line.
It's a very risky bet.
But I don't know. I feel like I want to ride with him.
We are riding with Kevin Lee at plus 172 money line, at least on FanDuel.
Plus 160 on draft or Barstool.
Nice. And then we have Ishmael Bonfim minus 310 money line. Now we're going to go to our main man, Deryk, who doesn't usually bet on fights. He's probably going to bet off name and odd. We'll see what he's fucking with and what he's feeling. So I'm just going to start throwing out some names of bouts, and then you tell us what catches your ear, Mr. Deryk. All right, let me go down.
Before we get out of here, I have pulled up the homie slap fight.
Nice. We'll watch that for the end. All right. So we got Alexander Romanov taking on Blagoy Ivanov. Alexander Romanov's a minus 142. Ivanov's a plus 120.
Keep going.
We got Ivana Petrovic at a minus 220. Luana Carolina at a plus 184.
That girl's going to win. The Mexican one.
The Mexican one? I don't think there's a Mexican one, dude.
The second one is Mexican.
Luana Carolina?
Yeah, that's Mexican.
I think she's Brazilian, dude.
That's the same thing.
Yo, you're wild. Let's pull up Luana Carolina. We have Luana Carolina losing a decision against Joanne Wood in her last bout, and then getting knocked out by Molly McCann before that.
She's on her comeback.
She's on her comeback. It's her comeback bout right now. So we have Luana Carolina 8-4 taking on Ivana Petrovic 6-0. Dude, are you sure you want fucking Carolina, dude?
Take it back. Go back.
All right.
Other girl.
Had to give you a little because we got Petrovic as a big fucking big favorite. And honestly, if you want to come back to Luana, take her, dude.
Yeah,
I just want to give you.
I go with the first girl.
You're just gonna go with the first girl instead? Yeah, you're right. All right, let's run through a little bit more of names. How about that? Alvis Brenner at a plus 490. He's probably gonna lose. Or we have Guram Kutaladze at minus 670. We also have Carol Rosa taking on Yana Santos.
Are there any flyweight bouts?
Flyweights. Let me look.
If there's a flyweight on this, do the under 2.5.
We could.
That could be his.
I mean, it's his pick, dude. You're kind of ruining his pick, to be honest.
But
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm giving him this fire.
You are giving him the fire, but I think we should just do what Winston usually does.
True.
Maybe not, huh? How are you feeling, Deryk? Do you want Joe Anderson Burrito?
Oh, that's a good name.
He's a minus 1,500. I don't think we should do it, actually.
That's going to hurt our parlay.
Yeah.
That's just going to make us make
Why
less
is he a
money.
minus 1,500? That's so crazy. Sorry, Weston Wilson. You're a plus 870. All right, let me go to main card. Maybe that'll... How about Bruno Fajeda versus Nolsertan Ruzaboev?
I said mine already.
Oh, who'd you say?
The girls.
Oh, you just picked the other chick instead?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Well, that works. All right, so we're going to be picking up... I didn't... You should have said that when I was reading off all these. So you're going to go for Ivana Petrovic instead.
Yeah.
Minus 220. It's a good pick. He was rolling a backwood. No wonder. He didn't know what was going on. So we have 3 legs on this parlay. I kind of like this parlay a lot. I'm not going to lie. Ishmael Bonfim, minus 310. We have Kevin Lee, plus 172. Then we have Ivana Petrovic, minus 220. That is a plus 423 parlay. If you bet $5, you're going to win $21.16. If you bet $10, you're going to win $42.33. That is actually a pretty good parlay, dude. I kind of like that. I actually think I'm going to take this one. Maybe put $10 on it. $20. I want to see what $20 is.
Deryk,
$20 hits 84.65.
Wow. Do you want to be on camera to react to the slap fight?
Sure.
So you can
Get on
see it?
over here, dude. Pull up that mic for him over there so it's more close. He's going to turn on his mic over here. We're all going to kind of get close for this.
Yeah. Ooh, gravity.
Grab it.
Dun, dun, dun. So I pulled it up in the video. There might be some like hype and commentary and stuff because this is an actual like produced like thing. They want you to like You pay $10 a month to see this,
Oh,
and
really?
they put on events and stuff.
And you already kind of fast forwarded toward it.
Yeah, I pinpointed when
All
I
right.
started.
And we'll
seeing
kind of
it.
explain what's going on.
So
too.
I don't know what words are about to happen, but you guys are going to hear it, so you can hear everything as we hear it. So again,
All right. So we got
they're about to introduce.
nice
him.
setting. Damn. So they select him at random.
So that's the homie Zach.
So your homie Zach is named Mallet for the slap fight.
We played Fortnite with him.
I love the.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember Zach.
Groin
dude.
Mallet. So this is a rematch. They fought once before.
This
on
is
night.
Groin Mallet.
Yeah. They fought.
Hell yeah.
So this is
Zach.
this is the first bout. It's him against the guy.
I didn't know that was Groin Mallet. That's hilarious.
Yeah. The guy he's going against is named Scrappy.
Damn, dude, he slaps hard, bro. How do you feel about these slaps, Deryk? Think you could
I
take
hate
them?
that they put it in slow mo.
This is just replaying the first fight. So the first fight went all 5. Zach lost the decision. It was like, again, they both slapped each other.
Oh, he lost the
5
decision.
The
Lame.
first fight. This is the rematch.
Oh, this is the rematch now.
So
Let's go.
Mallet, aka Zach.
Damn, so he wants to knock him out cold this time.
Zach is the lightest dude. He fights at flyweight or slaps at flyweight, but their flyweight they call it birth weight. Yeah, he's the lightest dude to ever do this
Ooh.
with their company.
Yo, he took a hard hit there.
Oh yeah.
Yo, he's a champ though. He took it.
So again, that's the first fight. This is a rematch. And
Look
this,
at us.
And this
Look at
happened
us.
in the same night.
Watching slap fights, smoking blunts.
Vaping.
We need a new name, dude. I'm telling you. Right here. This tells us we
So
need
again,
a new
right
name.
now, for those who are listening, we're still just watching the highlights from their first bout.
Yeah, can it hurry up, you know?
I don't want to accidentally skip. So yeah.
I know, right?
So Scrappy wins the decision, and then they had like a whole intermission throughout this day, and then they were allowed to
The
do...
only reason he won that decision because of his little wobble that he had.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. That sucks.
But peep. This is the...
Damn, they make this so epic.
The production
I've
value is
never
really
seen-
good. This is better than like Dana White shit.
Yeah, yeah. What is going
And
on?
their rules are different from Dana White's. Like
So this is called Slap Fight Challenger Series.
yes. So this is their it's the equivalent of the Contender Series but slap fighting.
Oh, so Zach gets hit first.
Yeah. So their rules are slightly different. They have a recovery window no matter how bad they get dropped. If they can get back on their feet into that barrel in that amount of time, they continue.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
more
God.
it's more gruesome, bro.
That's way more gruesome.
So this is all news to me. I haven't
So
seen
you
any
got
of-
Zach or Deryk. I got Zach.
Yeah, Zach, hopefully.
Oh. He
wobbly.
wobbled. He got wobbled again. It's okay. He's good. He's good to go. Let's go, Zach. Zach's gonna get this dub. And if you guys want to watch this, where you
You got to go to
find it?
Slap Fight. It's like Slap Fight Live, and you have to pay a $10 a month subscription.
And this is Dave's friend about to slap right now. First slap for Mr. Mallet. He gets so deep into these slaps. Oh,
Dropped him.
Oh, he dropped him on that one.
So the mallet just dropped Scrappy.
Damn, your homie dropped him with a slap to the face.
And these dudes weigh like 120 pounds.
I love this commentator, dude. Can we talk about this
The
commentator
commentator's
doing
funny.
the damn thing?
He's funny, dude. He makes like jokes about the fighters.
This is crazy. Hit the chat if you're still watching us.
So the guy who runs this, who also runs Dana White shit too, his name's JT. He's the promoter. Zach is really close with JT, and we might be able to get permission to show bouts on here. It's
Oh,
just
that'd be
because
cool.
it's behind a paywall. It's like they don't want to discourage people from paying and watching it themselves.
Zach's about to get hit
I
again.
was getting knocked out.
Oh, he took that one like a champ.
It was a little like loose on
Yeah,
it
like
was,
the guy didn't get a good slap on him.
into the fingertips.
That was a nothing. Zach's gonna knock him out now. It's over.
I assume.
112? Oh! Oh, he went out. He went out before he even sat his butt on the ground. Damn. Ref called it.
Yep. TKO.
Wow.
This homie's whole body did like a fucking like. Whoop.
Yeah, he like turned into like a piece of elastic. What do you think about that, Deryk? Could you
That
take a
guy's
slap?
visually way older. That guy's like 20 years older than Zach.
You think so?
Probably like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Look at the beard.
Zach's in his 30s. That dude's probably like late 30s or early 40s.
I'd say 40s. Yeah,
Yeah, his beard and hair are white.
they're not white. It's like, yeah, it's white. Yeah. Nice, Zach. So Zach got the dub via knocking out this schlub.
He signed a 2-year slap contract. So if he does any slap bouts for the next 2 years, he has to do it in the slap fight championship. And get
Oh,
this,
really? That's crazy.
Get this. So like again, I don't want to speak too early, but
That's wild.
he potentially is gonna be slapping for. I'll tell you off cam who, but he might be slapping at a dope show soon.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'll be cool, man. Yeah, let us know. Shout out to Zach.
So Malik secured second round TKO. Got the rematch. I told you we would watch that shit live, Zach, and we did. Can't wait for the next one. That shit was bananas.
Oh, dude, I want to see him knock out another fool. That was a good knockout. So, is there more lighter homies like that too, or what?
There's
Does he have
not that many. That's the problem. Is because that lightweight class doesn't have a lot of talent yet, and so he's one of the early. Like he has the advantage of being kind of an early mover, but the problem is it's going to be hard. Like his biggest issue is that because he's fighting light, and the slap fight has weight classes. It's not straight up you have to weigh that 112 limit. It's like 112 to like 130 is his weight class or some shit.
Oh,
and then it's like 130 to like 150 is lightweight, and then etc. Like they're like that's how they do it.
Damn, that's crazy.
So it's a little bit more
That's kind of scary.
a little more gapped. But so
That's crazy because you could be slapping a motherfucker that fucking cuts down to 130.
well, there's dudes. Yeah, that was what I was about to say. There's dudes who slap guys who cut weight and weigh significantly more than them.
I would too. I would cut weight.
That's just
talking
crazy.
about. I would be walking in on slap day 170 for a 135. Oh yes, no.
No, but I still can't believe that homie was like when he got slapped and then was started to fall back and did that little like shake or
Well,
whatever.
what started it was that first slap that dropped him.
First slap fucked him up, and
Yeah,
you gotta
fucked him up.
You gotta.
He couldn't even slap after that.
Yeah, his slap after that was like really light.
Really weak.
So apparently that they're trying to potentially arrange a rematch because now those two are 1-1. But
no, don't, dude. He knocked him out. What?
True.
I don't think. No, don't do a rematch. He should move on. You should move on, Zach. Tell him you don't want a rematch. Fuck that, bro.
Did you see the
You already
slap,
beat
the
his
UFC, the Dana slap fight? Their next event, the main event is it hasn't happened yet, but the main event is going to be
Slap fighting's so crazy.
AJ Hits or whatever, Static. The guy,
Oh, I did see that.
It's going to be him versus the Wolverine.
Oh, that's
Wolverine's
cool.
going down because Wolverine just lost to the Bell, and so now he's like, I want to go get a different belt, so why not?
Yo, fuck it.
I enjoy watching it. It's very barbaric.
It is barbaric.
It's not like something that I think will last very long.
Probably not.
The Dana White one specifically, not slap fighting in general. Slap fighting is going
Has
to last.
been around.
Slap fighting ain't going nowhere. Dana's slap fighting,
Not gonna.
I don't think will last. I think Dana's gonna eventually like be
Pull the
over
plug.
it. He's just
Pull the
gonna
plug.
stop. He's not gonna see as much money as he thought. And I swear every
He
time
likes it though. He's passionate about it. He said so.
It's
We'll see how
fun.
much he's passionate about.
it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. I ain't good at front.
But the second UFC fighters start crossing into that slap league, I won't tune into one after that. Why? Because that's the UFC fighters' way of saying like I see this as equally as financially lucrative as being in the UFC.
I dig it. I dig it, and that has been your Sport Champs. We are going to get on out of here. Do not forget to get your tickets to Chris Rebby and Friends. That's going to be next weekend, guys. Next weekend. I don't know what the plan is for the pods next weekend or what I'm going to do next weekend because that's going to be the day before the concert. I mean, I'm going to want to talk about it, so we'll see what's good. But, you know, stay tuned for all of your Street Champs podcasts everywhere. We have one every day pretty much. Don't forget to hit me for tickets for that concert. Don't forget to be on the lookout for all this new music coming out. One thing I did want to announce, I mean, I'm probably going to announce it at the beginning of the next podcast, but I'm going to be moving back that music video. That music video that was dropping on the 7th, I'm moving that back, and in replacement, I'm going to be dropping some songs. So be on the lookout for that. I just haven't had time to do anything because I'm selling these tickets. So hit me up.
And due to concert shenanigans, bear with us. We may or may not have to postpone our next episode.
Yeah, for sure. Like
It
we
just-
might be.
If there's not enough sports stuff going on and we're preparing for concerts and stuff, I just don't want the fans to be anticipating an episode and us, heaven forbid, to miss it. Because that show
Facts.
definitely takes priority.
That's true. So
We'll do our best.
We're doing our best. Play it by ear. You know. Thank you guys for watching. We're out. Peace.
What's up, guys? We just hit 1,500 subs. We're trying to make it 2,000. Help us out and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.